It gives me immense pleasure to be here today at this colloquium on democracy in inner party structures with emphasis on women and representative institutions. The good news is that after 50 years of freedom, such a debate has at last been opened. The bad news is that it has taken so long. To use a metaphor from the great neighboring civilization of China, women are half the sky. Women account for 50% of the population in most countries, and yet, even in established democracies such as the United States and the United Kingdom, women play at best a supporting role in democratic institutions. At best, less than a fifth of legislators in these countries come from what has been unfortunately termed the second sex. In India, the position is even more doleful. Ideally, an average of 50% of those elected to Parliament and to the state assemblies should be women. In fact, hardly a fifth of this target is met. Indeed, there has been sustained and significant resistance even to the modest proposal to raise the level of representation to 1/3. We in the AIADMK have raised our voice against such tardiness and have demanded that this legislation get speedily passed and, what is more crucial, get implemented in practice. To take steps to speedily get past the Women's Representation Bill. Mr. Prime Minister, the women of India have waited not just 50 years for justice, but a lot more. They have waited not decades, not centuries, but millennia. The words of Manu come to mind. I quote, "Her father protects her in childhood, her husband in youth, and her sons when she is aged. A woman does not deserve independence." End of quote. With such an attitude towards one half of the population, it is small wonder that India became a colonized civilization. Unless there is equality within, there can never be genuine protection from foes without. However, even Manu decreed that, I quote, "Women should be honored by their fathers, brothers, husbands, and others. Where women are honored, the gods rejoice. Where the females live in grief, that family soon perishes." End of quote. Let us make the gods rejoice by taking practical steps to make greater representation for women a reality. In doing so, we would be following in the traditions of Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Thandai Periyar, Peraringer Anna, and Purachi Thalaivar MGR. These great children of India recognized the need for the upliftment of women. During the 2nd century AD, the region that is now Tamil Nadu attained a very high status in all spheres. On October 3rd, 1998. Since then, I am happy to see that the oldest political party in India, the Indian National Congress, has followed our lead. I hope that all recognized political parties in India will follow the example set by the AIADMK and reserve 1/3 of their organizational posts for women. We may be the second sex today. We are not interested in being the first sex, although we deserve this honor by our suffering and our many contributions. No, the goal is to make women the equal sex in India. That will lay the cornerstone for the superpower India of our vision. 2 centuries ago, American revolutionaries gave the clarion call of no taxation without representation. Today, we in India need to bestir ourselves with a new motto, no justice without representation. The foundation of a just society is equal treatment of women. I hope that this conference will be a practical step forward towards the achievement of this objective and wish it every success. Thank you.